day to you, and thank you very much for your time. My name is Peter Knox, and I'm a director and part owner of an international training company by the name of Business Today International. We specialize in the field of highly customized business simulations, and our objective is through experiential learning to allow delegates to learn a wide range of subjects ranging from finance to sales skills. The subject I want to chat to you a little bit about today and to show you some footage of involves something I'm really excited about, a new concept that we've created called sales reality modeling. I'll tell you a little bit more about that. Firstly, the target audience here is any field sales representative or sales manager for that matter. Perhaps anybody that has to make an effort to go and talk to a customer as opposed to having the customer walk in on them. For many years as a salesperson myself, and more latterly as a sales training consultant, I've seen very limited effects of classroom style, lecture style sales training. It's a very difficult skill to learn from somebody telling you. So what better way than to throw people into a realistic situation in the classroom and let them deal with it. The objective is, in an ever increasingly competitive world out there, to move salespeople from being order takers and visitors of customers into value add consultants, to give you a competitive edge, to turn them from doing to thinking salespeople who deeply understand that they are employed in a very difficult and professional job. The learning methodology combines a number of very powerful forces in the training room. A sense of reality, a huge sense of reality. You will have noticed I use that word a lot. A sense of measurement of success and group competitiveness, teams competing against each other to have the best call. A sense of fun. As the process that unfolds in the training room is highly visual, very competitive, very experiential, and as it involves people learning not only from the process, a little bit from me, but from their peers, from the group work that takes place. I thought the best way to perhaps explain it to you would be to show you a couple of clips of a course that took place recently for South African breweries in Johannesburg. The tool is versatile in that it can be used either as the practical implementation of learning from a formal training course or sales academy in SAV's case, or it can be a refresher for salespeople and sales managers already in the field. Firstly, we split the salespeople into appropriate teams, sometimes with their sales managers, sometimes not. And we give them a lot of real information about a particular customer. This might involve a video of the customer, such as this one. I'm sitting here with Siva Pillay, who's the owner of GT Liquors in Marobastad. What do you want out of this business?
Basically a decent living.
A decent living. Siva, getting back to business a little bit, would you mind describing the kind of customer base that you have here?
Look, we have a low-income group that comes and buys. A lot of people that are working in the area, they come and have a beer or two during the lunchtime. And there's a lot of people that don't work idle around, they do come in here during the course of the day. And there is a challenge for prices now and then.
Tell me, is this area purely driven on price? Will they buy from your competitor if he's
not purely driven
cheaper
price.
a quart?
No. We do have some loyal customers. They do come here, whether your price is out or not.
Really?
They do still come here.
It might involve some photographs of the customer's premises, if appropriate. It would probably involve some information about the customer. All of this real. It would probably involve some statistical sales information on the customer. All of this would be real to your operation. We may give them floor plans to which the photographs tie up. After giving them all of this information, we send them away for 45 minutes to an hour and they prepare for a real sales call.
So he's overcharging as far as and we need to point that out to him.
We need to, yeah. So we're gonna. But in such a way that he's not going to be like, yeah, what you want to come and ruin my.
But I just want to figure out, it's 750, but if you take off the 80 cents for a deposit, then, or 70 cents for a deposit, then he is on 680.
While they're doing that, the customers, sales managers, prepare.
That's an opportunity. Things we went through. Yeah, maybe actually run me through. Okay, this is right next to keep walking.
The teams then perform a sales call.
You only need one at the moment. You need one for this VIP section.
And they do some things right, and they do some things wrong.
It doesn't matter what the
Equally,
it doesn't matter if you like it or not.
They are being scored by the sales manager and perhaps a number of observers from other teams, keeping everybody involved. After the sales call, the next step is they are given direct feedback.
Let's give some feedback and see, walk through the store and see what potentially you guys did very well, and maybe some of the points that you missed.
We had this in our plan as this week.
Yeah.
Then they are given group feedback.
I didn't feel that this was one of your strongest points. I think whenever you're going into a call, you actually got to understand what you're trying to achieve out of it.
And then to keep the competitive element rolling, we feed the scores into a very simple spreadsheet which scores the teams multi-dimensionally using the dimensions of selling which the customer has identified as important. And this results either in extra products sold or sales effectiveness or market share, upon which the teams will be declared the winner at the end. And then we do it all again and again and again. So how do we know that this very different approach to sales training works? Quite apart from feedback from the field, over a number of calls that they make in the classroom, we've seen distinct patterns like this one. The calls get more and more difficult, and initially the scores are reasonable because it's an easy score, dropping away as the call gets more difficult. And then as they begin to grapple with and realize the importance of each of the selling elements and prepare harder and plan better and understand the customer better, as they do all these things better, the scores rise in the classroom using the same criteria and the same sales managers. What we are starting to do now is at the end of the course ask them for 2 or 3 things that they are going to do differently and better out in the field, which they will be audited upon by their own structures and by their own sales managers. A question that may well be going through your mind if this has been of interest to you is, how do we do this in my company? Well, it would probably require a visit from me to you. If the language is foreign, we have 22 agents around the world who speak a variety of languages who may be able to help us. And I would need to, with you, ascertain the elements of selling which you're trying hard to concentrate on. The types of customers, the segments, the channels, the products that we want to deal with in the simulation. We would need to take videos of some of your customers. We would need to perhaps take pictures, get floor plans, get customer information, get pricing information, get competitor information, and tie that all together in a package. I'd like to close off now and thank you for taking the time out to watch this video. If you have any further interest or queries, please don't hesitate to give me a call on the number which will come up on the screen.